good start. If you're subscribed to the channel, then you would have seen this rifle loads in the rack and load videos. The CZ452 synthetic 20-inch barrel, sporter barrel on it. Absolutely love this rifle. Really accurate, pretty much bomb proof, and I've literally put thousands of rounds through this thing in the field and on the range. What a great rifle. But I've had a new addition to the CZ family, and you've probably seen this in a couple of videos previous, but I wanted to throw out a full review of it, mainly of the stock. Wait 1 second. This is safety check, a little bit heavier than the 452. This is the 455 in the Klinsky tactical or target stock, and this is the Varmint version, so it's got the heavy barrel. Had this thing now probably, don't know, 6 weeks to a month, something like that. Oh my god, this thing is, it's as accurate, it's like a laser beam. It really is. Now the 452 is very accurate. Feed it the right ammo, really accurate. But this thing, wow, I'm really impressed. Now I'm not the greatest shooter, and I hold my hands up to that. You know, I'm not some tactical, super cool sniper or anything like that. I never ever claimed to be. But this thing, blimey, it does, it makes you feel good when you shoot it. Trust me, trust me. Now, by the way, I thought I'd mention it as well. Ammo that I've been using in this, and what I've been, the 2.2 ammo that I've been using quite a lot recently is SK ammo. I've kind of shied away from CCI, not only because there was a shortage of it, you know, last year, and beginning of the year, there's a bit of a shortage of it here in the UK. But this stuff suddenly surfaced, and I started using this. It was quite a bit cheaper as well. And I tell you what, I cannot fault this stuff. Really good, runs well in my Ruger 1022. Runs well in both of these rifles, no problem. Accurate, even though it is just the standard stuff. They do match grade stuff as well, SK do. Really quite impressed. If you see this at your gun shop, guys, give it a whirl and see what you think. Let me know, because I've had no issues with this. Quite impressed with it, quite impressed. And it's cheaper than CCI. But anyway, back to this review. So let's move the 452 out of the way. Trusty steed, that is, trusty steed. Get that out of the way, and let's talk about this thing. Now, I know some of you are going to be thinking, that's a bit much, isn't it? You know, it's just a 2.2 rimfire, you know, dressed up to look like a centerfire. Yeah, I get that, but you know, it's a great looking stock, and it does make this thing look really cool. It's an accurate rifle, like I said, but not only that, it's the ideal platform to practice on a budget, i.e. cheap ammo. Practice for when you're shooting your heavier calibers. So I can quite happily go down the range with this, chew out a few hundred rounds, no problem, and not feel guilty about it. If it was my 308, I'd be a little bit, I don't know, I'd have a little tear in my eye thinking about all the money I've spent on ammo. So it's an ideal sort of platform, you know, just to practice. Well, so is the 4.52 to be honest. You know, any 2.2 rifle is the perfect thing to use for practice for heavier calibers. But I just thought this platform as well, the way it is, the way it's set up with this stock, you know, it does look like a full bore rifle, but it is a rimfire. You know what I'm saying, guys, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, let's talk about this thing then. I'll tell you what I've done to it. First of all, it is just a 4.55 CZ Varmint, the heavy barrel. I've got the original stock here. It didn't actually even come in the original stock, because at the shop where I got it from, it was already in this stock. So when I purchased it, they gave me the original stock, which is this beach stock. I've still got the ticket on. I've not even used it, so they sort of threw that at me as well. I guess that'll just sort of sit in the cupboard doing nothing for many years. But this Klinsky stock, when I can say it, is actually a wooden stock, and it is full laminated. So fully laminated rather, and you can tell when you sort of look there, see the laminates there. So it is actually a laminated stock. So what have I done to this rifle then? First of all, tell you what the bits I've added on. Now the scope, yeah, again, guys are going to say, Jesus, that scope is a bit big for a rimfire. Well, it's one that I had going spare. You may have seen this on my 308. All it is it's an MTC Viper. It's nothing sort of, you know, super expensive or anything. It's wearing a Knights Armament mount, which is quite a big mount, and because of that I had to get this extra large rail on the rifle as well, just to incorporate it. But I took this off my 308 because it weren't really doing me any favours at sort of real long ranges. Don't know, it's just I need to spend a little bit more money on glass for long range. But for this 2.2 rimfire, ideal. And this thing was sitting on the shelf. I thought, you know what, I'm going to bang it on with this rail as well. It will just give it an extra bit of cool factor to it, and it works well. It really does work well with this rifle, as you've seen in the footage at the start of this video. Reaching this thing out to sort of 200 odd yards, no problem whatsoever, with this scope and this setup. And obviously the heavy barrel, the Varmint barrel, does make things a little bit more accurate than what it would with a sporting barrel. But anyway, let's get stuck in then with talking about the stock, because that is the main thing. Well, before I mention that, that's the Vanguard equalizer bipod on there. Quite a good bipod. I've been running it for quite a while now. I should have cleaned it really before I got it on video. But yeah, so yeah, that works well. Quite happy with that. That actually switches onto my other rifle as well. I'll show you. My other CZ. You get two of these mounts. Check my video out for that. I've done a full review of the Vanguard equalizers. So you get two of these blocks here, so you can switch it from rifle to rifle. Unfortunately, with the 4.55, I couldn't really do that because it's got this sort of rail on it here. So I had to, what's the word? Bodge a little bit. So it's a little bit, it's on this rail here. It's not great the way it's set up, but it's alright. It holds the rifle steady. I need to sort of have a bit of a rethink there with what I've done, but it is a bit of a dog's dinner, to be honest, the way I've done it. But still, I just wanted to get the thing out there and shoot. Okay then, so let's talk about the stock in some detail, because that is probably the reason you've actually pressed play on this video, because of the look of this stock. So fully adjustable as far as the recoil pad goes, that'll go sort of up and down. The cheek piece will adjust as well via these screws here, so that will adjust, that will go up and down as well to sort of give you the perfect sort of setup, so you can look through your scope, you know, and get it nice and sort of boned in, so to speak. The actual recoil pad itself, really nice. You know, it's got a bit of sort of checkering effect on there to give you loads of grip and stuff. Really nice, really nice. Like I said, adjustable. By the way, this is a fully ambidextrous stock, by the way, guys, as far as the straightness of the stock goes, and the cheek piece obviously is not ambidextrous because of the bolt. You know, you'd need the cut out on that side, obviously. But yeah, and you've got like the bit of a hook, I don't know what you call that, I call them like a stock hook, so you can sort of put your non-trigger hand in there to pull the gun into your shoulder, to really sort of pull the thing down tight into you. So that is a good feature on this stock. You'll notice as well it's got like this textured finish on it, which is really nice. Like I said though, guys, it is laminated, it is a laminated stock. I probably would have preferred a sort of solid resin synthetic stock myself, but I just love the look of this thing. Just so nice, so nice. But yeah, it probably would be better in like a fully synthetic, but hey ho. And then you've got the thumb hole here, loads of room in there. It's got a bit of an Accuracy International look to it. Definitely, I think that's what it is modelled on, really, this stock. But really nice, really nice. The pistol grip itself is nice and comfortable. Not too slim and not too chunky. It's pretty much just right, to be honest. No sort of checkering or anything like that on there. It's sort of all the same texture all along the rifle, all along the stock rather. And then moving along, you've got obviously the cutout for the bolt, and you can see the laminates there. That is a little bit of a shame, actually. Maybe they could have sanded that a little bit better, would you see him? Or could they have coated over that? Yeah, probably. But moving along to the fore end, sorry, I'm getting out of breath holding this thing because it's not the lightest. And then you've got like this deep groove on the fore end to give you a bit of grip, obviously on the other side as well. And then underneath, like I said, guys, there is that rail there, and you can get a sling swivel stud in there to sort of attach your bipod. I did notice as well, guys, that when I was trying to get a sling swivel stud to sort of fit in there, that would fit, well, what I'd be able to attach a bipod to it, be it this equalizer or a cheapo one or a Harris one, whatever. I struggled a little bit and I had to get Klinsky's own sling swivel stud that'll fit in there, because that is quite a bit narrower than the ones I've got anyway. So I struggled a little bit there. I was thinking about sort of swapping that rail out, but in the end I did come up with something that kind of make it fit. Like I said earlier, a bit of a dog's dinner, but it works, it works. And then the magazine well gives you quite a bit of room there, so they've basically chopped quite a bit of the stock out there to offer loads of room. Excuse me guys, I'm losing my voice. So that gives you plenty of room, so it's dead easy to sort of bang in your magazine, no problem. 455, by the way guys, does take your usual standard CZ magazines, your 5 rounders, 10 rounders, and they do 25 rounders now, which I am going to get, to be honest, but it goes in there, doesn't protrude too much, but it it looks kind of cool anyway, because you kind of want it protruding. The 25 round magazine, it is literally like a banana that comes to about here. I'll try and get hold of one of those guys, and I'll give it a review for you, see what it's like. It's definitely saved time on reloading, definitely, or mag changing anyway. But yeah, that's the stock, guys. When you look at it from the end here, it literally looks like a piece of 2x2. It really is a chunky, heavy, durable stock without shadow of a doubt. You know, there's no real weak points on this stock, which is nice. I mean, everything along the barrel is nice and thick. So, a good stock. I'm really impressed with it. Really impressed with it. I love the look of it. Love the feel of it. You know, it works well. It really does work well. The barrel is totally free floating as well in the Klinsky stock, which is good. I'll give it the paper test just to show you guys. Find a bit of paper though. Let's have a look. Just use a bit of paper here. One that I prepared earlier. So I'm trying to do this on camera whilst holding the rifle. Will this work? There we go. Totally free floating all the way to the end lot. So that is cool. That is cool. That is an absolute win. So nothing interfering with the barrel. And to be honest, you don't want anything interfering with that heavy Varmint barrel. By the way, guys, this is wearing an SAK sound mod. This come with a rifle, so nice compact SAK mod. Very effective with subsonic ammo. This thing literally sounds like an air rifle when I'm running that SK standard ammo. Brilliant. 1/2" UNF thread on the ball barrel of this 455. Nice moderator. I do like the SAKs. Very effective. He says as he cross threads it. Just put that thing on, that's it. Big fan of the Caliber Innovations armour as well. I might throw that on this thing, see how that runs. But yeah, not a bad little can on the end of this thing. And then, like I said, just moving on to the scope. I did sort of touch on this earlier. It's an 8-32 × 56 scope, so it's quite a beast on this, wearing a Knights Armament rail. And like I said, I had to get this this extended scope rail there. At first, when I fitted this on, I thought, is that going to interfere with ejection? So far, so good. I've had the odd one, whether it's the odd shell has caught it or it's just been a bad ejection, I don't know. But it seems okay. I thought, to be honest, I was going to have to get the grinder out or the Dremel out and sort of just take a bit out, but no, it works fine, no problem. The magazine release hasn't changed on the 455, it's exactly the same as the 452. Same with the trigger and the trigger guard. It's got CZ's pretty much recognisable trigger guard. And the bolts out of these rifles are exactly the same when I'm comparing it to the 452. This is the 455 bolt. 455 bolt, 452 bolt, exactly the same. Nothing any different. Just usual CZ, great quality. And if you've seen the the 452 review that I did quite a few years back now, this bolt on the 452 was the deciding factor for me to buy that rifle when comparing it to something like a Savage, because the quality of these bolts just absolutely blows something like Savage out of the water. Don't believe me? Next time you're in your local gun shop or whatever, compare a Savage bolt and a CZ bolt and then tell me I'm wrong. But yeah, exactly the same the bolts are. You have got, let's just put that one down. I don't want to get oil all over my white tablecloth. You've got like the safety catch actually on the bolt. I'm not a great fan of that. It does work, obviously. It does the job. So pretend you've sort of loaded the rifle there, push that safety catch forward like that, and it locks the bolt, so you can't open the bolt, and obviously locks the trigger. It's okay. I'd prefer like a Remington 700 style safety catch, you know, i.e. one that's not on the bolt, but hey ho, I can put up with it. It's a little bit noisy though if you're out in the field, not that you would be with this particular 455, because it is a little bit heavy, but the 452 definitely a hunting rifle. Now when comparing the triggers on the 452 and the 455, God, this is hard work, this video. We're just getting used to all these numbers, making sure I get them right. 452, 455, the triggers are pretty exactly the same really, pretty much. Trigger guards obviously same CZ shape, sort of stamped steel. Slightly different trigger profile on the 452 compared to the more sort of curved one on the 455, but let's give them a measure. Now these triggers are non-adjustable on these particular rifles, but we'll give them a pull, see what they're doing, just out of interest. I've not touched these triggers on these rifles. I've just used them sort of straight out of the box, so to speak. So let's pull the 452 to start with. £2, 4.8 ounces. And let's pull the 455, a little bit heavier I think. Yeah, just under £5. So a heavier trigger on the Varmint version of the 455. That's quite interesting. And to be honest, I'd kind of like these the other way round. I kind of like the lighter trigger on the 455, because to be honest, this thing for me is just going to be used for target work. So I'd like that trigger a little bit lighter, whereas this thing is more of a hunter for me. I'd like the trigger a little bit heavier, mainly for safety reasons really. I think, in my opinion, I do like heavier triggers on hunting rifles or shotguns, for example. But that's just me, but I can put up with it. I mean, bear in mind this rifle here is probably what, 10-15 years old, the 452. This one is brand new, so it will sort of break in, I'm sure, and get a little bit lighter, a little bit crisper. Maybe I can do a trigger job on it, maybe, but to be honest, I'm pretty much okay with it at the moment. So that's it then guys, just a bit of a closer look at this 455 from CZ that I've got, and how I've got it set up. It is definitely a bit of a head turner with it just being a rimfire when it looks like something a little bit heftier, but it is cool for you, all you rimfire fans out there. I think you guys will like it. I did put a few pictures of this on some of the Facebook pages, you like the CZ owners Facebook page, and like the a lot of the rimfire pages, and it got quite a few likes, to be honest. There were like loads of questions thrown at me. Where did I get the stock from? What stock is it? You know. So I just thought I'd throw this video out, give you a closer look, tell you what I think of it, how I'm getting on with it. But I do really like it, if I'm honest. Yeah, like I said, a little bit overkill. Yeah, I know, I do get that, but it just looks cool, doesn't it? And it shoots really well, so hey ho, what the hell, what the hell. But that's it guys, that's it, that's the CZ455, bit of an overview, something a little bit different than your bog standard. Just make it a bit more interesting in this Klinsky stock. So yeah, that's it guys. Any questions, throw them in the details, throw them in the comments of the video. Any specs or anything that I've missed out, I know I haven't given you a weight on this rifle because I haven't actually weighed it. I'll weigh it for you and I'll put the actual weight in the details of this video, but probably 7.5, 8 pounds, something like that. It is heavy, but it has got a big scope on it. Heavy laminate stock, heavy barrel. You know, it's a heavier rifle anyway. It's not a sporter, but it's going to do me just for target work anyway. Anyway guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and I'll catch you soon. See ya. Let's rack and load.